Hello everybody, and welcome to my garage. It might not look like it, but it is my garage. And I got caught. I ordered a remote starter online, and I got caught in the middle of it because I watched the tutorial, and the tutorial made it look like it was super easy, and it is, but on my particular vehicle, it was not as easy as the tutorial made it out to be. So I thought it would be a good moment where I couldn't find anything else on the internet to help me. I should add what I have learned to the conversation. So I have a Chrysler 200 2012, and I believe it is a limited one. I'm not sure, but the key ignition is not on the steering wheel, it's on the dash. And I'll show you what I mean, just a sec. So apologizing for the lighting and the conditions. Again, I was just in the middle of this and I was like, man, I should post this online so other people know what I'm talking about. So this is where the key location is. It is not on the steering wheel, it is on the dash. And something I had saw online was you needed to tear this entire dash assembly apart to get to this module. I thought that was a bit ridiculous because you can access it just from underneath, and I'll show you what I mean. So again, apologies that it's a little bit already torn apart. I probably should have started at the beginning, but I was in the middle of it. So there is a piece sitting over there that goes and covers this. Obviously, if you have the same vehicle, you know what I'm talking about. So, but there's also this plastic piece that comes down, and I'll show you how to remove that in just a sec. But I thought it was a bit ridiculous until I removed this and saw that there's a big part of the body, obviously a piece of metal that is covering everything, and the control module that I'm looking for is tucked up inside there. And I was like, am I really gonna have to tear the entire dash apart? No, you don't. And I came to the realization. So I'll explain how to remove the rest of it. There are 3 screws in this portion. Those come out. There are these push tabs that snap. It just comes down. It's very easy. And I'll show you where the module is located. It's going to be a bit tricky, so I'll orient you. So there's the steering wheel, obviously. We're tucked underneath. So we're going down, down, down. So this should start to look familiar to you. And our module was tucked, and again, you can barely even see it. It was tucked in there, so back there. So this is the module unplugged right here. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to plug it back in or put it as a placeholder where it exists to show you where it's located. Okay, so I've got it locked here. So again, orienting, there's the steering wheel, there's the lever. We're going to go down, underneath. Sorry for the camera angle and the fuzziness. Okay, so we are down underneath this big red module. You think it was that? No. That little clip over there? No. It is back there. So this is the plug, and I am touching where it was plugged in, right there. So this is the module you need for the remote start that obviously was in the title of the video. So you unplug it, shoot, and you have to tuck it around those 2 things, and it should come pretty easy once you have it unplugged, and you pull it out through. So now you have access to it, and you can plug in your remote start. And there are obviously a lot of tutorials for this specific remote start, but I could not find a tutorial on how to find the dang wire to plug the remote start into. And for simplicity's sake, if you've come this far, I'll show a tutorial on how to sync it right after this. But yes, that is the module that you need. I didn't even remove the entire panel because I didn't need to. Plus, it seemed like it didn't want to come very nicely, so I wasn't going to do it if I didn't need to. Not as simple as the video made it turn out to be, but fairly simple. So let's jump into how to pair our remote start system with the vehicle. And it comes in this. Man, I got the flashlight on. It looks like I'm doing this under cover of night. Well, I guess it is dark outside. So there is the remote start system. Should look pretty familiar with you. And I couldn't remember Fortin. Fortin is the remote start module for Chrysler Dodge Jeep, which is good because this is a Chrysler. So yeah, we'll jump into that. Okay, I am back, and I lied in the previous section. The hardest part is not finding it or unplugging it. The hardest part is taking the male end of the module and plugging it back up into the inaccessible area that I showed you previously. And if somebody has done this and it is way easier than what I'm about to describe, please post something. Post something on YouTube, forums, anything. Because again, I dug for a bit looking for a tutorial. And I couldn't find anything, which is the only reason why I am making this video. But yes, if this is way easier than I'm making it, please post something so other people don't have to do what I just did. Okay, so I'm gonna take us down there. Okay, again, apologies for the shoddy lighting. Oriented, we're at the steering wheel, we're going down, right? And so here is our module hanging down. Plug the module into I guess also the male end of the existing module in the car. Plug it into the remote start module before you start to attempt this, because the last thing you would want to do is to pull it out. So take the thing we unplugged from the module to begin with, plug it into the remote start, and then take the male end, hike this up here. It comes in a nice braided or protected sleeve. Hike this up here so you're not fighting with it. And then, again, you can see where it is. Shoop. Oh, it looks so accessible from here. Come on, focus. Focus, focus. Maybe not, no. That's the module. And man, it really does look like you can just reach in there and grab it. So your fingers are gonna have to find their way behind here to plug this bad boy in. It was so easy to remove because you can just flick it and it'll just come unplugged. But to plug it in, maybe you'll have a better, easier time than I did. But it was just a nightmare to do. But it's in. So one step in. If you're really having trouble with it and it's not as easy as removing this, again, I have a hunch that removing this panel will give you access to the world, apparently. So if you're having trouble with it, what I did was pull a lot of this forward so you have room for it and use the bend of the wire, and then just pray a lot for the Lord to help you. And that's exactly what I did. And it worked. So, you know, do what you can, when you can, while you can. So that is plugged in. And the next step is going to be to pair our module, which, man, it really does not want to focus, which is going to be the easiest portion of this whole endeavor. So stay tuned. You know, I have a tripod and I have like a camera setup. If you've seen any of my other videos, like this is a bit ridiculous. I mean, you can't even see. The black is so dark. And I would watch these automotive tutorials and I would be like, man, like, could they not like get a better setup? Because I can't even see anything. And now I get it. And I'm so sorry because it's gonna be really difficult to see, but this is probably the best setup that I have. Here's the module. So I've watched the tutorial, and you don't even have to stay for this. You can go watch the other tutorial. But it's very easy. Once you have everything plugged in, you're going to remove on the top here. There's a big white one, and a black one. And you're going to remove the black one to start. Then And where are the, yep, LEDs are there. So then what you're gonna do, and again, sorry for the setup, you're going to press and hold the pair button, and we're gonna insert the black cord back in. And as soon as you do that, I'm not gonna do it yet, as soon as you do that, a blue light is going to appear, and you have to let go when the blue light is indicated. Again, this should be in all the instructions, but it's easier because you're watching a video and it's just easier when people do it in the videos. So we're gonna press and hold the button on the top. We're gonna insert the black cord back into it, and the blue light pops up, and you let go. And man, that really does look exactly the same as the other tutorial. So the blue light is solid. That means we're ready for the pairing process, as it's called. So I have my keys. So solid blue light, we're good to go. You're gonna insert it into the ignition and turn it to the on position, which is typically 2 clicks. 1, 2. So it's gonna flash. Oh, of course the radio's on. So it's gonna flash. Then we're gonna turn it back off and remove it. And right now it is ready for us to pair our key to it. So we're gonna press the lock button once. So then it should go off. So we're ready, theoretically, I haven't done this before, we're ready to test the remote start. So you do that for this particular model, you press the lock button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Hey! Oh! It's not a good sign. Oh, it's trying again. Hey! I don't know why it did that. I'm sure it has to do with my old vehicle and not the module. But it worked. It started. It's remote starting, and I'm in a sealed garage, so I'm going to turn the car off. And you can do that remotely by pressing it 3 times again. 1, 2, 3. And it'll shut it off. Just like that. And the module's complete. There we go. Super easy. So I'm going to put this all back together, and it's going to be actually pretty simple, but okay. I didn't do that. Comes with a kill switch. I don't know why you would use a kill switch. I guess when you sell, like, there's no reason to use a kill switch, I would imagine. If there is, you're welcome to put it in the comments below. Man, I am in a sealed garage, aren't I? So yeah, no, it's super, should say super simple, but I was able to do it myself, and so can you. Again, if you have done this, and it's, I don't know why you'd be clicking on this video if you've already done it, but if you stumble upon this video and you've done this and it's way easier than I did it, please post a video, post it in the comments, explain something so other people who are looking for an easy way to put a remote start on their vehicle for winter, it's gonna be cold, can do that. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in and bearing with me in this this really impromptu project. The remote start, I'll put a description to it, and I'll put a link to where I purchased it on Amazon in the description below if you'd like it. Did some research. It's a really nifty model. Don't know why it shut off. Again, first time I've used it. And it automatically tried to restart it again, which is nice. So it's not just like, it didn't work and you're out of luck. So yeah, no, super simple to install. Really reasonably, I think I picked it up for 150. I think it was like 120 when I looked at it the first time, which is unfortunate. No, really nifty model. So thank you so much for watching. Check out my other videos if you'd like to see a sailboat or a painting or architecture, a lot of different stuff, and apparently automotive, which is great. So if you found this helpful, I guess we're doing likes, comments, subscribe. Would love to have you around. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.